of the point. They're talking about white guys. And that's
Exactly.
why I said it's a de facto anti-white point, because what comes up here is when white guys, I went through it during the Sarah Stock stuff. It's like white guys are systematically kept out of university. They're competing with much cheaper labor. You have DI quotas, so there's literal discrimination and priority put to non-white people. There's a lack of good paying jobs. There is a stagnation of wages in the sectors that people are getting 4-year degrees to go to. So when you have all of this put together, and white guys they basically become jaded and they withdraw themselves from the system. Yeah, I'm going to stay with my mother for a little bit longer. I'm going to stay with my parents for a little bit longer. I don't really care about this other stuff. I deal with it when I'm older. It's hard for me. It's just things, literally complaining about things that are true that are hard. And then when you substitute that with them being lazy, it does what it's doing here is basically saying, well, the system, and there's a reason why they need to push this. Is the system is fucked, and specifically when it's conservatives, we're supposed to be representing the people who are getting fucked, but we can't make these radical reforms that we need to fix to be able to actually have a decent, thriving, prosperous situation for our young white people. So we're just going to say that they're lazy. And since that they're lazy and they're getting fucked, well, it's their fault that they're getting fucked. It's not the system's fault. It's not our fault
Hmm.
where they're getting fucked. It's their fault
Hmm.
they're getting fucked. And so then you don't really have to do anything about it. It's their fault they can't pull themselves up by the bootstraps. And it's really funny that they love that saying.
Hmm.
Think about it for a moment, trying to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Think about what that's saying. Think about how could you pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
No, Doomer, you're not thinking it through. If you just walk into JP Morgan and give Jamie Dimon a firm handshake, you'll probably be VP within a month, dude.
Right.
And really, if your parents didn't drive you to that job interview, then you would be a boss and you would be commanding a nine-figure salary or a seven-figure salary, dude. So
Boomer, he told
you're just
Boomer.
Doomer, bro.
Well, that's in the name, right, Doomer?
Literally Doomer, bro.
Here's the thing. Somebody tried to make this point in the comment section of me and Sarah Stock's video. It's like they shouldn't even, like, why are their parents even driving themselves to a job interview? How the fuck would they have an income if they don't have a job and they're going to a job interview to be able to have their own car? Do you know how hard it is to own your own car with how bad interest rates are? Especially when you're Gen Z and you're not employed going to a job interview. That's probably the most stupidest things I've heard. There was a couple boomers who got mad at that video saying that we were spoiled brats and this and that.
Of
It's
course.
like listen, you probably got your first job by your parents knowing someone who hired you. That was a very common thing back in the day, boomers. They would go and work at the same manufacturing plant that their father worked at, or their uncle would own a business and they would hire them because, that's their niece or nephew. And another thing is the most prosperous groups in the country right now are highly nepotistic groups who do hire their relatives. Indians,